I'm not allowed to edit this. Hey guys, it's Lizzie. Welcome back to Fridays with Flowers, where I leave the video unedited so everything I say gets to stay. I have not rehearsed this, however, I have reviewed the questions simply so this video isn't like 2 hours long. Today I am going to do the questions nobody asks tag. I really like a lot of these questions. There are a few of them that I took out simply because they're such long answers that I need to make them their own video at some point, and I think I will. All right, let's get started. So, number one, what is the earliest memory you have? I like this one. The earliest memory I have, I believe, is when I fell when I was 2 or 3 years old and I chipped my front tooth really badly. I was running down a cobblestone path in France and I smashed my face, and I remember thinking on the way down that maybe I was gonna die. 2, what would you do with the money if you won the lottery? I would start an elderly care home where the elders cared for elderly rescue pets that nobody wanted to home. If you had to wear one item forever, what would it be? A sundress. And I don't need shoes. Shoes suck. What is a question you want? That was so harsh. I'm sorry, shoes everywhere. You're beautiful, I don't like wearing you. What is a question you want to answer but nobody asks? Oh, were you adopted? A lot of people just assume that my parents are my real parents, and my family has quite a bit of money, which I don't like to advertise, but a lot of people assume that that's what I came from, like it was just all good luck and all good fortune my whole life, and I really don't like that assumption. Like, I'm very grateful for all of the opportunities that I have that other people don't, but I do not like the assumption that like my whole life was perfect and everything, like it was always gonna be perfect because it was kind of rough. 5, which cartoons or kids shows do you watch? I watch Mako Mermaids, which is for kids, but it's not a cartoon, and I also watch Family Guy and American Dad, and I watch the Cleveland Show, and I know everybody thinks at the Cleveland Show Making Factory that nobody watched that show, but I noticed when it was canceled. I love that show, although it was my backup. So I would go Family Guy, then American Dad, and then Cleveland Show, but I miss it. If you could have one talent, what would it be? Singing. Because there's all these amazing songs out there, and I have to have my radio to be able to listen to them, because if I sing, I have to turn up really loud because I really can't sing. Which would you rather eat or drink your calories? Eat. 5 things that make your average day better. I wrote these down. Jason, my animals, a positive, confident attitude, food, and caffeine. What are 3 things you would do if you were stranded in a rainforest to ensure your survival? I thought about this a lot, and there are way more than 3 things. I put down 4. I would build waterproof shelter. I would start drying things to make a fire, because sometimes it gets really cold at night. I would start putting food under my tongue to test which ones were poisonous, and you know, to figure out which ones are edible, obviously. And also I would make a water filter system using sediment. If you had to choose never to use Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube again, which one would you let go? Twitter, honestly, I don't like Twitter. There's just so much crap on there. You can just post anything, which I've done in the past, but I just don't like Twitter. I would never let YouTube go. I love YouTube. If you had to choose, how would you want to get famous? I would want to get famous by helping someone, like saving somebody or something like that. Which languages do you speak? English and slang and a tiny bit of Spanish. Which languages do you wish you could speak? I really wish I could just speak all languages so that I could talk to whoever I wanted, because I find like cultural differences and language differences make us look at the world differently, and that's just fascinating to me, but I will never know because I can't seem to learn Spanish after 4 years or something. Which country do you wish you were from? Australia, because the accent is so cool and I love Australia so much. Which is your favorite moment in history? I couldn't really think of anything because I wasn't paying attention to history class, but honestly, probably when my sister was born. Does that count? If you could choose, which time would you go back to? Never. This question is funny. Why re-experience something? It's a wonderful memory. Hold it in your heart and go make new ones. I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't go back to anywhere. If you had a time machine, would you go back in time or into the future? This is a different question because this one I could actually influence people and like make change, so I would probably go to both back and forth and try to see if I could save the planet. Pet koala or pet panda? Wombat? Does that count? I don't want either. The power, what would I feed a panda? You know how much pandas eat? The power to communicate with animals or the power to communicate with plants? Plants, because I'm pretty sure my dogs and my cats already speak English, Spanish, and dog and cat or whatever. What is your usual bedtime? Honestly, it's usually 10:30 or 11, but with this vlogging, it's been 2 a.m. because none of my videos are perfect, but I still strive for perfection, and I will strive to perfection for perfection. Oh, I messed that up while I'm trying to talk about perfection. I will strive for perfection even if it means I stay up all night. Have you ever conquered a fear of yours? I thought this was interesting. Yes, I have conquered my fear of failure, my fear of being abandoned, my fear of being unlovable and alone, and my fear, most seriously, of earwigs. What is something silly you believed as a child? I believed that gription was a word. I thought it was like grip and traction put together, so I thought when something wasn't quite suction, but if you had like really good tread on your shoes, that they had good gription, which I used until I was 15 or something. Till somebody, I think my mom finally told me, you know that's not a word, right? No? No, I didn't. It's a word now. Which teacher left the most impact on your life? A lot of them left a positive impact. There were a few that left an extremely negative impact, but overcoming the negative impact actually made me a better person. But the teacher I think made the most difference was, I won't say his first name, but it was Dr. Hill. And he was the reason I went to full-time college and got my degree. Hello, if you're out there. Probably you'll never see this, but it's out there in the universe. What was the most significant event of your life? Oh, I didn't even see this question when I was going through this list. Moving to Australia. That was the culmination of all of my misery and all of my fears and everything, and I was just like, I'm sick of being unhappy. I'm gonna do whatever I want. I'm literally moving to the other side of the world, and that was the absolute best decision I ever made. Have you ever won anything? Yes, I actually saw somebody else, they had this question on one of their tags, and they won the same thing that I did in school, where you have the jar of like candies or something, and then you're supposed to estimate the number of things in there, and I won 4 or 5 times over the course of a couple years, and they actually made it so like in the same year you can't win anymore because of me, which is probably good because I ate so much candy in those couple of years. I don't know why everybody let me eat candy. Or maybe I was just sneaking it. I have no idea. I was probably sneaking it. I have no idea, but I ate way too much candy in those couple of years. Oh, those jelly beans, the booger flavored jelly beans and the popcorn flavored jelly beans. Those are amazeballs. Would you say you have more of an English brain than a math brain? No. No, I would not. What was the last movie that made you cry? Honestly, I don't know which. I always like hold my tears in. I'm like, and I say something funny so that I can like laugh, but I'm actually just like crying with a smile out loud. But Pete's Dragon, don't watch that movie if you're a sensitive person or if you love animals. Like, it's supposed to all turn out fine in the end. When they started taking down the forest in that movie, and like the dragon I was done. I was done. Like, I cried for hours. We watched it in the tiny house, and I'm not kidding, Jason held me like I was an infant for hours. And it was such a good movie, but why did they have to make it so dang sad? I guess some kid somewhere is gonna like try and save the forest when they're older because they saw that movie. So just basically what a lot of the kids' movies that I saw did for me. Have you ever been so happy that you cried? Yes, but I swallowed that shit because, excuse me, not supposed to swear. I do not cry in front of other people except for Jason. I just don't cry. Happy or sad? Because once I start crying, I'm like such a messy crier. I can't start. Not good. I'll hold my breath. I'll like borderline pass out. I will hold my breath to not cry. Would you ever go on a blind date? Well, I'm dating somebody, obviously. After like 5-something years, I'm dating somebody. So no, but in theory, yes. But I would also reserve the right to just stand up and walk out without any explanation or any warning. And the last one, if you had to get married to the last friend you texted, how would it go? Probably the same way that any of my marriages would go if I married anybody, which is, I wrote this down, we would die together in a brutal battle, still loving each other. think I'm sleep deprived. I cannot believe I wrote that and said that out loud. I can't get it out because it's Fridays with Flowers. Anyways, guys, thank you so, I feel like I need to put my phone down. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are new here, I probably should have explained this at the beginning, but Fridays with Flowers is basically, I don't edit the video, and so I go through the video once, and like however it goes, I uploaded it, it gives me a chance to be real with you guys and make sure that my editing does not affect your perception of me. I want you guys to like get to know me and know me the way I am. I want to get to know you guys the way that you really are. I don't want to ever skew people's perception of me in the wrong direction. And so I show all different types of aspects of my life on this channel and on my Instagram. And Fridays with Flowers is a way for me to just have fun with you guys. I love Fridays because of these videos, because I get to do these and I get excited about uploading them and hearing what you guys think. Fridays are my favorite day now. Fridays are awesome, but like I like Saturday before, but now Friday is my favorite. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here, don't forget to give it a subscribe, or just subscribe button, subscribe, and give it a thumbs up. Bye guys.